Hello, everybody, and welcome to Eagle Game Day. I'm Kane De La Garza.
And I'm Grace Esquivel. Last Friday, the Eagles had a big win over Denton Braswell, leaving with a 38-17 victory. This moved the Eagles into a tie for third in district at 2-2 and gets them one step closer to making the playoffs.
Of course, Harrison had a very great game. Last Friday, 377 passing yards. His ability to throw outside the pocket is just it's just unable to defend defensively. And his knowledge of the game and his arm strength is going to take him very far in his career.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Prosper players overall really improved, and they became the team that we always knew they could be. You mentioned junior quarterback Harrison Rozar, who had 377 yards with 4 TDs, and a lot of those yards, I just feel like Rozar was really more in control of this game and just was more confident and able to do what he knew he could do. 91 of these yards came on a touchdown pass to senior wide receiver Houston Hawkins. What did you think of Hawkins' game?
It was his best game of his career by far. He won the North Texas Offensive Player of the Week. He was just unguardable. They could not stop him on any routes, post curl, corner, bang, vertical, name it, they couldn't stop him on it. He was just unstoppable. His breaks out of his routes are very crisp. He's very fast, he's very athletic, he's very tall. He will just beat any corner in our district, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. Another Prosper wide receiver, senior Tyler Bailey, had a stimulating performance on both sides of the ball with 149 yards on 5 catches with 2 TDs on offense and 1 interception, plus 3 tackles and a pass breakup.
Yes, Prosper's locked into a playoff spot. We have an elite defense, elite offense. Just one thing we need to really work on is our consistency on offense, getting the ball moving on the ground at our running game, and just playmaking ability on defense. We had 2 picks last game, but it's not really consistent on our picks for the year. We need to really create some breakups. We need to really create some fumbles if we want to turn the game around in these very close games.
For sure. The Allen Eagles went head-to-head with McKinney last week and finished the night with a 35-14 win, putting Allen at 7-1 overall and 4-0 in district. Allen is ranked 11th in Texas, while Prosper is ranked 42nd. What do you think of Allen's lineup?
It's all about their scheme. They have a 2 running back system with Jalen Jenkins and Devin Turner. These guys are very fast. They're kind of on the smaller side, but they're receiving backs. They're very fast receiving backs. But also their receiver Jordan Tyson. He has literally all of their receptions this year. He almost quadruples the receiver from the below him. He's really hard to stop. He's very fast, but I have a feeling it's not going to be a problem for our defense to stop him. We can just throw double teams, throw some certain zones, but also their defensive line. Their defensive line's always big. Their defensive line's always fast. It's going to be very hard for our offensive line to get a hold of them. But I really don't believe it's the same old Allen. They've lost a lot of players, lost a lot of seniors, but it's just not the same old Allen as it always is.
Yeah. Allen's sophomore quarterback, Mike Hawkins, has 167 passing yards with 3 TD catches and 5 carries for 35 yards last week. The sophomore has 1 offer so far from NC State University, and it isn't shocking that Mike Hawkins is making a name for himself, considering his father played in the NFL as a cornerback.
Yeah, it's just not the same old Allen. We got to stop the runs. We got to stop outside zone this game. We have to try to establish a run game and just stop every single playmaker they have on their offense.
Yeah, for sure. Tonight, I think that if Prosper plays like how they did last week, we are 100% in for a great game. Mm-hmm. The Prosper defense needs to continue to be very physical and dominant, and I'm expecting to see a lot of junior defensive back Carson McClendon, who had multiple tackles last week. And what are you just expecting from Prosper's offense?
Of course, Carson McClendon. He just helped us on a goal line stop. He had 4 tackles in a row. 3 or 4 tackles in a row, just having a goal line stop, and it really helped us defensively to get us going. And also, of course, Houston Hawkins is coming off the best game of his career. I have no doubt that he's going to keep it going. Allen's secondary is not as good as it always is. So it's going to be really easy for Houston to pick apart their defense, I believe.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier how Tyler Bailey was all over the field, and I think we're going to see more of that tonight. If Bailey and Rozar continue to connect like how they did last week, we are for sure in for a good game, and the Eagles aren't going to know what hit them.
Of course. And that's all we have for you tonight. Once again, I'm Kane De La Garza.
And I'm Grace Esquivel. Thanks for tuning in to Eagle Game Day.